Welcome in, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me today, and hope you guys are doing well. So, today we're gonna take a look at Amazon stock. So, Amazon stock is skyrocketing to all time highs after its quarter three earnings report. So, in this video, we're gonna do three different things. Number one, we're going to take a look at some news about the earnings report. Number two, we're going to take a look at the chart for Amazon stock. And number three, we're going to take a look at some price targets for Amazon stock that came out as a result of the earnings report. And I will also be sharing my opinion about Amazon stock and my personal price target as well. So we got a lot of good stuff to talk about today. Before we jump into all of that, I would like to mention that on my YouTube channel, I create content about money, sports, and personal topics with the goal of bringing value to other people's lives. So if you guys find value in this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I can continue making these videos. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Amazon stock. All right, let's go ahead and see what Amazon stock is up to today. So the stock is trading at $246.55. It is up over $23, and that's an increase of over 10%. So the stock was up even higher. Looks like it went up to $250.50, which is an all-time high. So it looks like Amazon stock had a really good earnings report. So let's see if we can find some news articles that are going to go into detail. So let's take a look at this one first. Amazon raises spending forecast to $125 billion as third quarter results top estimates. And let's go through some of these key points here. Amazon posted third quarter earnings that exceeded expectations and strong cloud growth. AWS revenue accelerated 20.2% to $33 billion, which CEO Andy Jassy said was a pace it hadn't seen since 2022. All right. So it says on here, Amazon shares jumped more than 13% in extended trading Thursday after the company posted third quarter earnings that exceeded expectations, along with strong growth in its cloud computing unit. So let's take a look at these specific numbers here. Earnings per share came in at $1.95 versus $1.57 estimated. Revenue came in at $180.17 billion versus $177.8 billion estimated. So those are very nice beats on both the bottom line, earnings per share, and on the top line on revenue. So very impressive financial results for Amazon in Q3. Some other key revenue numbers: Amazon Web Services, $33 billion versus $32.42 billion expected. Advertising, $17.7 billion versus $17.34 billion expected. So on all the major metrics, Amazon beat significantly. So that's why the stock is up over 10%, and was up as much as 13% and hitting all time highs. So let's see what else is in this article. Revenue in Amazon's cloud unit accelerated 20.2% during the quarter. Expectations were 18.1%. The CEO said AWS is growing at a pace we haven't seen since 2022. The company on Wednesday opened its $11 billion AI data center called Project Rainier. Amazon raised its forecast for capital expenditures this year, saying it now expects to spend $125 billion in 2025, up from its earlier estimate of $118 billion. And the CFO said that the number will likely increase in 2026. So that's very similar with all the other tech companies, Meta, Alphabet, Microsoft. Um, all of them have increased their capital expenditure expectations for this year and also for next year as well. So all of these big tech companies are investing more and more into AI, specifically data centers. So that is, an increased expense, but they have to keep up with the competition and it'll pay off eventually. So all good news here. Let's see if there's anything else in this article. For the current quarter, Amazon expects sales to be 206 to 213 billion. All right, let's take a look at another article. Amazon adds $300 billion in market value after blockbuster AWS earnings. So it pretty much mentions the same stuff. Amazon said it expects to spend $125 billion on capital expenditures in 2025, up from $83 billion it spent last year. So that's quite a significant increase. All right, let's see what else we got. Amazon shares soar as AI boom fuels stellar growth in AWS cloud unit. It says here that Amazon's $33 billion cloud revenue is more than double that of Google's, which is 15.16 billion. It mentions on here there was definitely concern about AWS losing market share to Microsoft Azure and Google Cloud, but now AWS is aboard the train as well, and they're seeing a big revenue increase. And another note on here, Amazon delivered one of the strongest performances of this earnings season, quieting any lingering doubts about its ability to execute at scale. All right, and the last news article we'll take a look at. NASDAQ 100 rebounds. Amazon jumps 10% on strong earnings. What's moving markets Friday? All right. So I think that's good enough as far as the um, news articles for Amazon stock. So next, we're going to take a look at the chart for Amazon stock. So this is the 1 day chart. Like we mentioned, the stock is at 246.87 currently, up over $24, which is an increase of over 10%. And the stock was up as much as $250, and that is an all-time high. So let's take a look at the 5 day chart. So prior to the earnings report, the stock was in the 220 range, 230 range, and then the earnings report comes out Thursday evening, and the stock jumps up to the high 240s. So very impressive jump here from the earnings report. Love to see that. 1 month chart. The stock didn't move too much, so it was again around the 220s, went into the 210s, but recently it's gone up nicely, and we see the big jump here from the earnings report from 222.92 all the way up to the 240s. So nice looking 1 month chart. Over 3 months, the stock is up $12, up over 5%. Year to date, the stock is up $27, which is an increase of 12%. The stock was doing pretty well at the beginning of the year, but then we had the tariff situation come up and all the stocks went down, and Amazon did as well. Amazon bottomed in April. So if you bought the stock back in April, since then the stock has just continuously gone up. It's had some dips here and there, like here, and one here, and another one here. But now it's all the way up again near $250. So, very impressive chart since April. The stock was at around $160, $170, and it's gone up a lot since the April lows. So, very good chart for Amazon. 1 year chart, the stock is up $59, up over 30%. And this is a very nice looking 3 year chart. The stock is up over $155, up over 170%. So 3 years ago, you could have bought the stock for under $100. And ever since then, the stock just continuously went up. It had some dips here and there. This is the dip from the tariffs. But if you bought at any of those dips, you now own a stock that's at all-time highs around $246 to $250. So this is a very impressive looking 3 year chart. Just consistent growth with dips every once in a while. But all those dips were great buying opportunities. And again, now you have a stock that's at all-time highs. 5 year chart, the stock is up $94, 62%. And let's take a look at the max chart. So the stock is up $245.99, up over 300,000%. So look at all this growth that the stock had from the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, just significant growth. And then again, we had a correctionary year in 2022. So if you bought the stock in 2022 for under $100, it went all the way up to 200. We had here the tariff situation earlier this year. If you bought it here, you could have bought it at around 180, and now the stock is up to $245 plus. So very, very impressive looking chart for Amazon stock. It's up significantly over the last few decades, and I think the trend is just going to continue. So I think that's good enough as far as the chart for Amazon stock. Next, we'll try to find some price targets. All right, let's go ahead and try to find some new price targets. So the stock is at $244 right now. And we'll start with this here on the right. Analyst recommendation for Amazon stock is a strong buy. That's based on 68 analysts, and that's as of today. Out of those 68 analysts, 51 of them have a strong buy, 15 have a buy, and 2 have a hold, and nobody has a sell or a strong sell. So that's very good to see. On here, the 12-month price target averages to around $280, and the industry recommendation is a strong buy. So based on this, these analysts on average think that the stock will go up another $35 or so in the next 12 months. So let's see if we can find some specific price targets. Amazon turns street favorite as majority of Wall Street expects stock to hit $300 or above. So it says here, Wedbush's Dan Ives has a $330 price target as he sees a major inflection point for the company. So we'll just kind of run through these. Bank of America raised its price target on Amazon to 303 from 272. UBS analyst raised firm's price target on the stock to 310 from 279. JP Morgan raised it to 305 from 265. Citigroup analyst raised his price target to 320, up from 270. Barclays analyst raised his price target to $300 from 275. So all these analysts have increased their price targets. They're thinking the stock is going to go up another 40, 50, 60, $70 in the next 12 months. So that's good to see. And some of these might be repeats, but I'm going to go through all of them. So Amazon price target raised to 305 from 298 at Rosenblatt. B of A Securities maintains a buy recommendation. Amazon stock forecast shines as top analysts boost price targets after Q3 beat. Citizens JMP, they have a $300 price target. City, 320. All right. Top Evercore Canaccord analysts raise Amazon stock price target. Evercore analyst Mark Mahaney increased price target to 335 from 280. Canaccord Genuity analyst raised theirs to $300 from 280. All right. So again, some of these might be repeats, but I'm just going to run through them. Evercore ISI 335 from 280. Piper Sandler 300 from 255. Telsey Advisory 300 from 265. Rosenblatt 305 from 298. Susquehanna 300 from 260. Roth Capital 270 from 250. Oppenheimer 290 from 245. Morgan Stanley 315 from 300. DA Davidson 300 from 265. Canaccord 300 from 280. Citizens JMP 300 from 285. Stifel raised theirs to 295 from 269. Barclays 300 from 275. And Citi raised theirs to 320 from $270. So we can see all these analysts have increased their price targets for the stock. They're all in the 310, 20, 30 range. We saw the stock was trading at around $244. So most of these analysts think the stock will go up another 70, 80, $90 in the next 12 months. So they're still very bullish on the stock. And that's very good news for Amazon shareholders. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and summarize what we took a look at today. So Amazon stock is skyrocketing to all-time highs after its Q3 earnings report. First, we took a look at some news about that, where we saw that the company beat on pretty much all the metrics. They beat on the top line on revenue, they beat on the bottom line, earnings per share, and they showed significant growth in the company. Number two, we took a look at the chart for Amazon stock. We saw all the different time frames and just how much the stock has gone up for all those different time frames. And number three, we took a look at some new price targets for the stock. We saw that all the analysts increased their price targets up to the 300 plus range. So all the analysts are still very bullish on the stock, and they think the stock is going to go up another 70, 80, $90. So just my opinion, and then I'll share my price target for Amazon stock. So, you know, as everybody I'm sure already thinks, Amazon is one of the best companies in the world, and thus their stock is one of the best stocks, tech stocks in the world. It's right up there with Alphabet, Meta, Microsoft, Apple. So I only have good things to say about Amazon, the company, and Amazon, the stock. Um, Again, one of the best, if not the best, stocks to own. Um, we saw just how much growth the company has experienced. Some worries about Amazon were that its cloud business was a bit behind that of Microsoft's and Alphabet, but in this quarter, they showed significant growth in their cloud business. They're going to be investing more into AI infrastructure as well. So they're right up there, competing with Alphabet and Meta as far as AI is concerned. So I only see green lights for Amazon, the company, Amazon stock. So I'm definitely very bullish on the company and on the stock. As far as a price target, so the stock was at around $244. It went up to 250 as an all-time high. So in the next 12 months, yeah, I mean, I think the stock is gonna head towards the mid 300s. So I think $325 to $350 range is very reasonable, kind of what I expect. So as long as they continue to deliver these results every quarter as they do, that definitely should happen in the next 12 months. So let's hope that the trend continues and that they get up to that level. All right, guys, that's all I wanted to share as far as Amazon stock. I hope you guys got some value out of this and like the content. If you did, subscribe to my YouTube channel so that I can continue making these videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.